So initially, when I was 23, I moved to Mexico, Playa del Carmen. It's a coastal town near Cancun, if you know it. And in Mexico, a big industry is timeshare. When I moved there, I didn't really know how, frowned upon timeshare was, especially, to Europeans because of the whole malarkey in Spain. But in Mexico, it's a huge industry, especially from Americans and Canadians. It's a $3 billion industry. I'm pretty sure it's bigger than Major League Baseball. So it was a bit of a different scenario in Mexico. You get American and Canadian customers. You have a Spanish line and an English line, sorry. And what happens is every time you sell, you go to the top of the line. That's how a timeshare track works. For me, I was at the top 3 of the English line for my whole career. I was there for just over a year. On average, we did about 100K. Well, I did about 100K per month in sales. Sometimes more, sometimes less, give or take. That was the rough sort of approximate sales per salesperson. The percentage points weren't great, but there were a lot of spiffs, a lot of benefits. For me, probably the biggest, tool that I had in my arsenal was the training beforehand. Like we had to do 2 weeks of solid training where I learned a lot about just sales in general. And what I learned was high pressure, high stakes sales where people don't want timeshare, they can't afford timeshare, and they don't need it. So I had to learn basically how to convince people to do stuff they don't need, they don't want, they can't afford, which now I do the opposite because I don't fuck with that type of thing anymore. And it's not really who I am. I don't get out of bed to make people do stuff they don't want to do. I like it when people are actually semi-engaged. So what would happen on a timeshare tour, they'd arrive at the hotel and then they'd be offered essentially $100, a bottle of tequila, a free tour to go on this trip around the hotel, a VIP breakfast. They're basically swindled into it. Luckily, when they meet me, they're an American family, American couple. I'm young, I'm British. Their guard is down. They're a bit more inquisitive. From that, anyway, I learned a lot about pattern interrupts. So for me, English guy, young guy who's doing his dive master in Mexico, meets American couple, huge pattern interrupt. Bomb. From there, other things that I would do is they just got off the plane. What do they want to do? Do they want to fucking trudge around the hotel and get on fucking sold by some fucking little prick? Not really, no. So what I would do is I'd take them in the ocean. I'd ask them, I'd be like, have you guys been in the ocean yet? No, we just got here, Connor. Fuck, okay, cool. And I used to wear capris. If you don't know what capris are, they're trousers where they're like 3/4 lengths essentially. I like the style anyway with my linen shirt, the capris and some boat shoes. I looked fairly sort of mafioso, let's say, with my big Gucci shades and slick back hair. But the point is I'd wear them because I knew they hadn't been in the ocean. I knew they weren't expecting to go in the ocean. They were expecting to get sold to. So I just did the opposite. Didn't talk about the product, didn't pitch anything. Maybe I'd ask them a couple of questions about themselves, but I didn't even talk. I let them talk to me, because that's not what they expect. After 5-10 minutes of silence, they have to ask you a question because they get nervous, they get uneasy. And for me, I don't mind. I'll fucking bop along for as long as possible. I'll go have breakfast, sit in silence, ask them a couple fucking basic questions, nothing to do with sales, nothing to do with the fucking program, nothing to do with timeshare, nothing to do with investment, and that would be it. The only reason I could do that is because at the start of the call, I would preempt everything. I would just say, just so you know, at the end of this, we'll do this, 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 and this, but there will be a financial incentive for you to join today. And if you join, great. If you don't, no worries. All I would ask is, because I value my time and I'm sure you value yours, is that you're honest with me. If you're honest with me, I'm always going to be honest with you. And that's how I live my life, with integrity and honesty. And if you don't like it, you can't afford it, or you fucking hate Connor, then don't do it. The quicker you say no, the quicker I can go diving and continue on my dive masters. But if you do like it, just let me know and I'll get you the best fucking possible deal you can. Does that sound fair enough? Yeah, bomb, shake their hand. That's how I would open it. And then I'd usually go on to a little pitch about, okay, so how much is your vacation at the moment? Oh, Connor, like $6,000, let's say. Okay, how many times do you go a year? We go twice a year. So you spend 12 grand a year already on vacations. Yeah. So all I'm going to do is compete for the same money that you're spending now, about $1,000 a month. Do you save it up or do you bang it on a credit card? Credit card. Okay, cool. So all I'm going to do then is show you something within your current budget. If you want to look at more, if you want to look at less, that's up to you. But all I'm going to do is compete for the money that you're already spending. Does that work for you? Yeah. And what this does is it lowers their guard. It makes it more of a fucking business conversation, and it makes it less fucking reptilian. I'm not here as a snake trying to fucking grab all your money. I'm just saying, because I know in my mind, I know my numbers. I know we can get a fucking big deal on that. I know we can fucking ram it. If they can do $1,000 monthly payments, I know we can ram it. But I presented it in a very friendly, non-offensive, non-aggressive way, where it's like, I'm just going to show you, it's going to cost around $1,000 a month. If you like it, sweet, let me know. If you don't, let me know. And then from there we go to breakfast. What we do from there is I go out, and after the breakfast, being in the ocean, no. Okay, cool. So pattern interrupt. Be like, okay, cool. Roll up your trousers, or if they've got shorts on, cool. Take off your shoes and we go in the ocean. I do that because then they feel valued, they feel seen, they feel heard. They've literally just got off a plane and on a fucking timeshare presentation. So then I take them in the ocean. Then we walk along the sand. And then when we go up to the sales office, me and this American family would be trudging in with fucking wet, sandy feet. What does everyone think? The fucking sales manager and the other closers are like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, what is he doing? Fucking breaking from the norm. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm breaking from the norm. Pattern interruptions. Then we go outside. We talk, we have a little look, be like, cool guys, this is probably going to be your least favorite part of the tour. I've enjoyed it so far. Breakfast was nice. I feel like you guys are smart enough people that you can make a financial decision on your own. And like I said, I'm going to be here to help. My goal is to get you the best deal because I have no affiliation with the company I'm working for. Like, they pay me anyway. So I might as well try and get you a good deal. Does that sound good? Yeah, okay, cool. But like I said it before, let's try and get in and out so I can go diving and you can go back to your vacation. Cool? Yeah, perfect. Then we go in. What I would do, instead of sitting across from people, which typically people do, which is hard in remote sales not to, but you have to be on their side. I would have them sat on one side of the table, and then you know what I do? I'd be like, you know what, fuck this, guys. I hate fucking sitting across from people, and I don't like writing upside down. I'm going to sit next to you. So I'd sit next to it, maybe in between them as well. So I'd be like, okay, cool. This is how it works. This is the fucking numbers. How does it sound? They'll be like, oh, I don't know. Like, it seems like a bit of a lot. Okay, cool. I'll get one of the managers over, be like, hey, Mike, just to let you know, it's a bit out of budget, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, realistically, at this point, I don't know if it's something they want to be doing. He'll be like, okay, cool. Well, what we know is that we can obviously give them the first time incentive price. So if you can just deliver that first time incentive price, and then they can go, perfect. Thank you, Mike. Bob, guard is lowered. Guard is lowered. Reptilian brain is not spiking. They're fucking not thinking they're about to get salty. They think they're off the hook. And then I go to them, I'll be like, okay, out of interest, guys, like what would work for you? Because I know, like, well, let me just ask you, do you like it? Yeah, we like it. We like the VIP rooms, we like the upgrades. Okay. And you'd use it, right? Yeah. Like, we go on vacation anyway. You've got so many resorts we can go to. We love the VIP function is like great. And we want to, you know, actually utilize that. And it just looks better and it's better for the kids. And if we want to bring more people, we can. Okay. And so really it's just the money, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I know this is out of budget. So, you know, to cut this short, we might as well just fucking make them an offer that's they're almost going to have to say no to, right? Because then what we can do is we can give them exactly what you want. And if they want it, if they want to take it, perfect. You guys get a great deal. You get exactly what you want. And pom, 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 we can go home. And if they don't, then we can just leave it there. Does that sound good? Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's just go through the numbers like bom, bom, bom. How much would you be happy to put down today? And again, you're just assuming the close. Well, we'd probably put down about 2K down. Okay, cool. And would you still be happy with those like $1,000 monthly payments? Is that going to, you know, we're competing for the same money that you're already spending. So would you be happy to do that on a monthly basis? Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, so $2,000 down, monthly payments of $1,000. And what else do you want? Well, what's the interest? Well, like interest is normally what, if you finance with us, it's normally like 3, 4, 5%, depending on how much you spend. But like, how much do you want to spend on interest? Like, I'm personally not a big advocate for interest. I fucking hate it. I think it's the devil's work. So like, what do you want? They're like, well, 1 or 2% will be great. Fuck it. How about we just put 0%? Like, if they're going to finance it anyway, fuck them. Like, they don't need to make more money off anyone. Like, you're already paying for the rooms. You're getting the upgrade. It seems like a win-win, right? You know, let the hotel fucking handle the interest. Okay, so what I'm doing then is I'm crafting an offer that's almost too good to say no to from their side. So they get everything they want, they get the rooms that they want, they get the number of weeks that they want, they get the free fucking upgrades that they want, they get everything they want. And all I'm doing is fucking boxing them into the prices that I already know that they can afford. Okay. And then from here is the close. Essentially, all I'd say is, I know that if we're actually going to deliver this to Mike, who's one of the fucking managers, he's going to fucking hate it. And he's going to say, Connor, why the fuck are you doing this still? I thought you were doing your diving. Like, you keep on trying to do these fucking crazy deals, and I'm just like kind of over it. Like, just because Neil, the sales director, was your uncle, doesn't mean you can just fucking put anything together. We have like standards that we have to adhere to. That's what he's going to say. But I know that money talks. And if you guys are serious about getting all of this, getting the interest that you want, getting the payments that you want, getting the fucking vacations locked in that you want, so that you don't have to incur any fees in the future, like inflation, 7% a year or something inflation is, you can lock it in now. So that over the next 30 years, you get zero inflation. Like, the savings are fucking huge, right? Like, if you're spending 10 grand a year on vacations, that means just in 1 year, you're going to save fucking $700. Like, if you do that over 30 years, what's that? 21K that you're saving if you're happy with it. Yeah, okay, cool. So what we need to do is just like, would you pay debit card or credit card? Again, I'm assuming. And then unboxing them. We'd probably do credit, to be honest. Okay, smart. I guess you get the air miles and stuff. Yeah. Okay, cool. So you guys, just before I fucking go any further, you guys are happy with this? If you get your credit card out, we'll put it on the table, because I know, like I said, we can fucking try it. And if it doesn't work, doesn't matter. We walk out of here, we have a great day. I go diving and you go to your vacation. But if we do, we get a fucking bombshell deal, right? Yeah, okay, cool. This only works because I built the value so high throughout the call. And then what happens is I get the credit card out, put it on the table, I write exactly what they want, and I get them to fucking sign at the bottom, like, cool, if you're serious, can you just put a little signature there, just so Mike knows? And then what happens, he comes over and he says, okay, cool, what can I do for you guys? I'm like, okay, cool. So John and Mary, they don't like it. They love it, right? Yep. But honestly, they feel like it needs to be more on their terms. Like, they feel like they actually want to, if they're going to be doing this, then they actually want to get a fucking great deal out of it, because they would use it. They do like it. And at the end of the day, they can afford it. But the payments and stuff that you gave, they're not really on our side. They're not really what we want to be doing, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. So what we've done is we've come up with our own terms, and we thought it was a bit of like a take it or leave it kind of deal, to be honest. And they're serious. They've got the credit card here. They've signed the offer that we've given her. I know we don't traditionally do this, but like, at the end of the day, I just thought we'd see what you can do. So then you slide the offer over, and it's like, get them to look at it. I know that Mike can fucking let this deal go through. I know that. And Mike knows that. But what he does, he plays into it. And he says, oh, Connor, stop doing this shit. I know Neil's your uncle, but you can't just be fucking coming out with these fucking crazy deals all the time. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, realistically, we could be losing money in this sort of thing. And what's this 0% finance thing? I'm like, I'll just fucking put 0% finance, because at the end of the day, like, if we finance with you, then why would we need any interest? And then Mike said, I'm going to have to go up top for this. I'm going to have to go outside. I'm going to have to fucking go speak to Neil and the fucking hotel owners. So he goes off for a few minutes, and then that's usually my cue. I'm like, all right, guys, by this time I know everything about them. And I'm usually taking them, be like, let's go outside. I'm sure there'll be a couple minutes. And also, like, we're not going to wait for them. Like, we're going to go outside so that when they come back in, they've been waiting for us, power play. And I'm letting them know that we're power playing. So we go outside, maybe have a dart, and we just chat, and we just shoot the shit. And be like, cool. And I'll speak to them. So if they push back on anything, out of everything there, what could you let go? Like, would you go 1% interest? Would you get rid of maybe like a week here or a week there, or the free upgrade now, or would you sacrifice the gifts at the end? Let's say, like, what would you be willing to give? And then usually I'd find out what they'd be willing to give, and then I just like usually preface it with something like, I don't want to give anything, but I know that if they say we can't do this, that, and the other, I'll be like, cool, you can have your fucking free whatever it is back, you can have your gifts back, you can have that week back, you can have this back. So I'm just using what I have as a negotiation tool to sell. And then we go back in, they say, we can't do that, we can't do that. We can maybe do 2%, but we can't do 0%, blah, blah, blah. And then I just control it. I'd be like, sorry, mate, but like, we can't do that. We've already given our offer. The only thing that we could do is like 1% interest, or you take back these free food coupons that you've given us. And then you're just playing into it. And really, I don't know what, I know this video started with a lot of talk about the intro video, but I'm just trying to talk you through how you would fucking structure a deal like a timeshare deal. It's all playhouse. It's all fucking made up. It's from the start. It's all pattern interruptions. It's all getting them to drop their guard. Their reptilian brain needs to fucking completely disappear and they need to go straight into the emotional. Then when you build the value so high and you can continue to pattern interrupt, you build the value so high, and then once the value is so high, the price seems fucking reasonable. So even like the logical part of their brain is like, actually, this is a fucking very good deal. And then you side with the people that you want. You're not fucking battling against them because you'll never win a battle against them. You're battling for them. And then from there, you just continue a bit of playhouse here and there. You get them to make some fucking verbal commitments. You shake a few hands and then it's done. Really, it's as simple as that. And that's like basically the same thing for all sales. Be curious. Be fucking surprised. Ask fucking dumb questions. Interrupt what's going on. Break some patterns. You know, if it's not going your way, do something out of the ordinary that wouldn't necessarily fucking fly with people or people wouldn't expect. Because once they're in that mode where they're just expecting this is going to happen, this is going to happen, and you break it, they're then reset. They're then relaxed. Then they're not really knowing what's going on. That's just a little bit more about timeshare, how you sell, and a lot of those skills will fucking go over into any type of sales that you do, whether it's remote high ticket, whether it's SDR and you're an account executive. And this is why I know that from my experience, I can go in and close high ticket deals. When I went to join a high ticket sales company, they were like, you got no high ticket experience. I was like, bruv, I was like, I've been doing sales for longer than you've been longer than you've fucking been out of school. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've been in sales for a long enough time. I've done it in enough industries to know that I'm just fucking good at it. And that fucking flew over into my numbers. My second tour, I did a 29k deal. The average deal size was between 4k and 10k. I did 29. A few weeks later, I did a $54,500 deal. Like, unheard of for newcomers. And it's because I did exactly what I wanted to. I didn't play by any rules and I just fucking made shit up on the fly and I had fun with it. That's really like the sort of main takeaway is like, have fun with it, be creative, do what you want. And when someone tells you to fucking do something, like, don't fucking do it. Do what you want. Anyway, a proper 20-minute rant. And yeah, we'll go from there. But love you, miss you, kiss you. Follow me on Instagram, Connor Weston _ CONNORWESTERN, like a Western. And Spaghetti Western. And then we'll go from there. If you want to join Cowboy Closers community, I teach you everything about sales, mindset, how to get roles, how to build a fucking LinkedIn personal brand, how to get people coming to you with roles and everything else in between. I feel like for the price that it currently is and the value that's there, it's fucking ridiculous. And that's only because I know how to sell, because I know how to value stack. So I know when anyone comes in, they don't want to leave because it's so fucking good. But you can find out for yourself. DM me on Instagram and let me know. Have a great day. Love you lots. Bye for now. Ciao, ciao.